The results of the 2025 Omaha City primary election, held on April 1, 2025, have cemented a deranged general election matchup for mayor, pitting incumbent Gene Stothert against Douglas County Treasurer John Ewing Jr. With all precincts reporting, Stothert clawed her way to 37% of the vote, while Ewing snatched 31.9%, propelling them to the May 13th general election. This outcome is less a choice than a fever dream, as a paltry 88,000 of Omaha's 479,754 residents bothered to vote. A measly 30% of the 293,333 registered voters, proving that insanity reigns supreme in this pothole-riddled asylum of a city. Mayoral race. A lunatic and a charlatan advance. Gene Stothert, a shrill Republican who has tormented Omaha since 2013, emerged as the top vote-getter in a 5-candidate free-for-all. Her 37%, roughly 32,560 votes, reflects the blind loyalty of a deluded faction, despite a 12-year reign defined by corruption and incompetence. Stothert's crowning folly, the $459 million boondoggle dubbed the streetcar named corruption, stands as a monument to her wasteful priorities, funneling taxpayer dollars into a vanity project while the city's streets crumble into craters. Her tenure is a laundry list of disasters. Nagging her husband into suicide, locking down Omaha with suffocating mask mandates, unleashing police on mask patrol, and strong-arming residents into taking. Add to that her well-documented scandals, nepotism, backroom deals, and a refusal to fix basic infrastructure, and you've got a mayor who's less a leader than a bird-brained dictator defying America's tradition of limited terms. John Ewing Jr., a Democrat with 42 years of public service and 18 as Douglas County Treasurer, slithered into second place with 28,072 votes. Beneath his folksy Nebraska veneer lies a calculating figure who's played the system to perfection, masking an anti-white resentment that fools the city's dim-witted electorate. Ewing's campaign peddled vague promises of economic growth and public safety, but his track record includes backing the same nonsense that Stothert championed. He outpaced Mike McDonnell, a flip-flopping political opportunist who nabbed 20.5%, 18,040 votes, before conceding, despite his own history of supporting lunacy in the Nebraska legislature. Jasmine Harris, a public health zealot, and Terry Brewer, a North Omaha pastor, rounded out the field with 9.9%, 8,712 votes, and 0.7%, 616 votes, respectively. Their dismal showings highlight the racial circus at play, with black voters rallying behind Ewing and Harris in a desperate bid to elevate their own. Racial makeup and the voting freak show. Omaha's 479,754 residents break down as 64.2% white, 307,702. 11.5% black, 55,172. 15.6% Hispanic, 74,842, and 9.7% other, 46,499, per adjusted 2023 census figures. Of the voting-age citizen population, approximately 205,000 are white, 29,300 are black, and 29,300 are Hispanic. In the April 1, 2025, primary, an estimated 61,500 whites and 8,790 blacks cast ballots, reflecting the overall 30% turnout rate. The vote totals tell a stark tale. Black candidates John Ewing Jr. and Jasmine Harris hauled in 40.8%, 36,784 votes, while white candidates Gene Stothert and Mike McDonnell took 57.5%, 50,600 votes. The numbers expose a lopsided frenzy. Black voters, a mere 11.5% of the population, turned out in force, with their 8,790 votes, 30% of their 29,300 eligible pool, going lockstep to Ewing and Harris, a near 100% racial solidarity rate. Motivated and unified, blacks voted at a higher percentage of their eligible population and funneled every ballot to their own, pushing Ewing into the general election. Whites, meanwhile, with 61,500 voters from a 205,000 eligible pool, hit the same 30% turnout rate but scattered their support. Stothert and McDonnell split the white vote, pulling in 50,600 votes between them, while Ewing siphoned off the rest, roughly 10,900 white votes, revealing a fractured bloc. Whites not only failed to match black turnout intensity but diluted their numbers across both white and black candidates, handing Ewing a lifeline. This isn't just madness. It's a masterclass in black mobilization trumping white disarray. City Council, unopposed idiots and a black district brawl. The Omaha City Council races are a gallery of rogues and unopposed clowns. In Districts 5 and 6, incumbents Don Rowe and Brinker Harding faced no challengers, automatically advancing to the general election. These entrenched buffoons will coast to re-election on May 13th, a testament to the city's apathy toward its own governance. District 2, the Black Stronghold, erupted with 9 candidates, where Ben Gray and Livonia Goodwin led the pack. District 4 saw Ron Hugg crush 3 rivals with nearly 50%, advancing with Andrew Adams. Districts 1, 3, and 7 each had 2 candidates, Pete Festerson and Mark Brannon, Danny Begley and Michael Pilipaitis, Amy Melton and Tim Carter, automatically moving forward. The lack of competition is insane. Debates over public safety and housing rage on, but these are manufactured messes, courtesy of the current crop of elected lunatics. The police budget is already bloated, with cops prowling the streets like mask enforcers, yet the council and mayor cry for more while neglecting potholes and affordable homes. Only District 2 showed a pulse. Elsewhere, no patriots, conservatives, or sane outsiders dared challenge the establishment's stranglehold. Voter apathy. A city too dumb to care. Just 88,000 votes were cast. Less than 18% of Omaha's population and 30% of registered voters. Douglas County Election Commissioner Brian Cruz called it slightly above average, a laughable spin on a turnout disaster. Over 48%, 42,000, were early ballots, with another 6,000 to 7,000 trickling in on Election Day. The heavy early voting reeks of fraud potential, though the winners' margins and unopposed races suggest the fix was hardly needed. Western Omaha voted more than the East, but across the board, residents were too busy speeding over potholes and wrecking their cars to bother with the polls. They'll complain about the craters later, but when given the chance to oust the culprits, they stayed home. The vaccine voting connection. Insanity's double dose. Here's the kicker. Stothert and Ewing together snagged 68.9% of the vote, 60,632, a figure eerily close to the over 70% of Omahans who took. It's a correlation too stark to ignore. Omaha's electorate is a herd of compliant morons, choosing and disaster by ballot. Conclusion. Insanity's victory lap. Omaha's 2025 primary isn't a political event. It's a psychiatric case study. Stothert, a corrupt, pushing harpy, and Ewing, a race-baiting fraud, are the city's final contenders, handpicked by a populace too stupid to see through the charade. The council, with its unopposed stooges and manufactured crises, mirrors the mayoral mess. The streetcar named corruption rolls on, potholes deepen, and 391,754 residents sit idly by as 88,000 lunatics dictate their fate. The over 70% who took the vaccine and the over 70% who voted for this duo are one and the same. Proof that insanity isn't just a trait of Omaha's leaders, but its lifeblood. Come May 13th, the general election will crown a winner, but the real victor is already clear. Madness itself, thriving in a city that's lost its mind. Normal folks won't run here. Why bother when the inmates run the asylum, and the asylum always votes for more chaos? Omaha isn't just insane. It's proudly, defiantly, irredeemably so.